Our next speaker is Jamie Sparks. Jamie is the Executive Director of the Kentucky Association for Health, Physical Education, Recreation, and Dance.
Great. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity and welcome to Kentucky. And I hope you're keeping up with your Kentucky alphabet soup today of all the different associations represented here. But that's definitely a lot of people that are working and impacting students on a daily basis. If you don't mind, quickly, I know everybody's been seated for about an hour and being the physical education guy, I'm going to take you on a quick field trip that you need to stand up for. Everybody stand up really quickly. And this will be quick, I promise. And I want you to imagine in front of you, we're going to go down the Mountain Parkway to the Red River Gorge, National Theological Area. If you're really good on this field trip, we may actually stop at Miguel's Pizza on the way and have some pizza. And if you're not from Kentucky, you got to come back to these things. Imagine we walk on top of that ridge and you find a giant rock. Everybody put your hand on that rock and push as hard as you can against that rock. That rock is so big that if we tried to push it off the cliff, every person in this room could not push that rock over. That rock just will not move. That is what changing education feels like to most teachers. Education accountability for the last 20 years has been high stakes accountability. You may have it too. As we think about the impact of high stakes accountability, what we know works and what we know is impactful oftentimes is not what we get to do. You've heard that from school counselors today. You've heard that from school psychologists today. You've heard that from school administrators today. We know what's best for students, yet our system does not reward that. It does not prioritize that, and oftentimes it does not fund that. So for the 50 million school-age children in public schools today, this conversation is much bigger than school violence. Whether we talk about bullying, whether we talk about chronic disease, whether we talk about the latest drug epidemic, the list goes on and on. Schools, via government, tend to always be reactive rather than proactive. And as a result, student health needs go unmet. Students that are hurting, students that are hungry, students that have unmet health needs, they cannot be successfully academically, which is what we've measured schools by, but they also cannot be successful in life. We need an accountability system that prioritizes and funds health and health outcomes every day. The Every Student Succeeds Act has given us a chance to start to change some of those paradigms. But the reality of what we see is we're still tending to go back to the same old things that we've known at schools. And so some states have started some innovative things. Kentucky is one that we've tried to put some things in place to look at the whole child and the needs of the whole child. But oftentimes those things have become lip service as well when we look at what's actually going to be measured in the next school system. Health education should be primary through 12th grade. We have a 13-year window of opportunity to invest in children and in their ready for life. We do not take that opportunity very well. In the state of Kentucky, most kids in the 13-year spectrum, less than 2 years of total instruction, that's the best case scenario. When you compare that to other subject areas like reading and math, and we don't have lifelong investments, we're not putting the same investments in health. You hear time and time again, mental health and emotional health of students. We're not learning it at home. We're not learning it from the community. The schools do not step up to the plate. Where are they going to learn these skills? So what are these life skills that we're talking about? They're found in the National Health Education Standards. Access to information, analyzing influences, goal setting, decision-making, interpersonal communication, self-management. These are the things kids need to be health literate. And these are the things that schools have not invested in. These are the things we take for granted in what we see in folks that are successful in school and successful in life. So how do we go about accomplishing these things? And I've been honored recently to be named the president-elect of Shape America, our national health and PE organization. And that's one of our visions, is 50 million strong. We know there are 50 million school-age children in public schools in the United States, and we're working to change that. We want health education to be a subject just like math and reading, that we believe there's enough priority and enough at stake. These are the future that we need to invest in. So as we think about that, I can basically summarize the last 9 speakers you've heard. What every school should look like, what it should be prioritized on, is what we now call the whole school, whole community, whole child model. That is a new iteration of the coordinated school health model. And rather than school counselors and psychologists and health and PE and nutrition working in silos, they work collaboratively. And that's the old coordinated school health model. And at the center of the whole child, it says that kids, what if we measured schools by how safe, by how healthy, by how supported, how engaged and how challenged students are. That is the essence of the whole school, whole community, whole child model. I think that gives us all a lot of promise in the direction we need to go.
Thank you, Mr.